So thanks for joining us to this automotive, this AI, this roundtable, sorry, AI for automotive. So I'm Franck Bonnay, the host for the few coming minutes. So today we can see that AI is really transforming profoundly the automotive industry. Especially, we are talking more and more about self-driving car, transformation also of the business process through AI. We are talking more and more new user experience. In a way, you buy the car, or you experience the car, or you use the car. And so today we have two interesting speakers with us to talk about that. So Vincent Cadoret, so you are Chief Data Officer.
Yes, hello Frank, hello everybody. Thank you. So I am the Chief Data and Analytics Officer of Europcar Mobility Group. So my perimeter covers all the data aspect of the group, data governance, platforms and data engineering, BI and data science and transformation.
And you, Rodolphe, so you are AI expert leader at Renault.
Yes, so my job is to be sure that everybody who can use AI do it, and when it does it in a proper way. So that's
I'm going to make a micro pause. If we could close the door because it's really disturbing the discussion. Is it possible to close the door? Thank you.
Or to close the mouse.
If someone wants to escape, it's right now. So thank you for that. So to begin, I would like just to start with each of you, just to share with us a quick overview about where you are in your journey, in this AI transformation journey. Maybe Vincent, could you start?
Sure. So on our side, we are quite at the early stages regarding the deployment of AI within the group. But nonetheless, we are dealing with multiple initiatives. On one hand, of course, we have initiatives related to the deployment of some business solutions, I would say, like a customer data platform, for instance, or other solutions that are bespoke for our industry. And on the other hand, we created a data lab and data and AI lab last year, actually, to deal with business cases, like, for instance, the forecast of the residual value of our cars or the modeling of our marketing mix to optimize the digital campaign investment. So all in all, we are quite focused for now on subjects that are at the end related to the decision-making process, the support of the decision-making process, I would say, so internal processes. And that's indeed quite aligned with the data strategy we had so far.
Okay. So Rodolphe, I know that you are a bit more advanced in that domain, so could you maybe share with us?
So at Renault, we understood that AI is a key technology to improve the efficiency of our processes. So we can find AI. We have deployed AI in engineering, in manufacturing, in sales, in supply chain. So every part of the company already integrates AI solution. And I want to really stress the fact that this has been made possible, especially at manufacturing, where we are very beautiful application. It was made possible because we have made big work on data. The way we collect the data, we organize the data, and we make the data available in all the factories, all the plants of Groupe Renault is very, very efficient, and it's a necessary step before deploying AI solution. As soon as you have data available, easily available, your AI solution will be much more efficient and much more easy to deploy.
So Vincent, at the Europcar, so I know that you are in the early phase. So is this, the path you are taking today? Are you working explicitly on the data? Or what kind of key success factor are you, let's say, trying to do to make it possible?
Yeah, so definitely, and it is very aligned indeed with the data strategy we set up. First of all, when I joined the group like 3 years ago, the first things I set up within the company was the instance of decision related to data and AI subjects. So we created a data council with the executive board, and we promoted data champions within the departments to collect the business cases we have to deal with. And then all these business cases then are assessed from the business point of view, from the feasibility point of view, and submitted at the councils that take decisions related to the case we have to deal with, so that we have executive sponsorship of on our cases on one hand, and so that we are sure that we are aligned with the company's strategy. And at the end, I'm fully aligned with Rodolphe. What we want to do, the strategy is really to deploy an ecosystem within the group that is homogeneous, that onboard every stakeholders, as a business or tech people, from business analysts to whole country, for instance, playing with our data asset, AI asset within this environment, so that we maximize efficiency and we maximize reuse of what we do. So developing a synergy and converging to the same vision. And last but not least, we set up, of course, some data community and AI community animation within the group with events, with content that we produce to onboard the people and develop the culture.
Okay. So, do you want to rebound on that? So, did you have, did you put also in place all those elements?
Yes. As I said, our data collection is pretty efficient for manufacturing, but we still have to work on many other domains, because one of the strengths of the deployment of AI is to be able to cross the data from what we call value stream to another. If we can cross the data from manufacturing with the supply chain and with the purchasing, we can gain a lot in efficiency. And for that, having all our data collected at the same place, easily accessible and synchronized, is a huge work. But that is necessary if you want really to scale up the efficiency of our AI deployment.
Yeah, on that point of scale up, so I know that you are clearly now in the scaling phase where you have already AI use case in production. So could you tell us more about what kind of use cases, which organization, took the lead at Renault to implement such a...
Yes, when we, of course, we have started with many proof of concepts all over the place. And 2 years ago, Luca de Meo, our boss, said, okay, that's nice, but now I want AI at scale. So he launched this initiative called AI at Scale to identify, among all these POCs, the one who can be the more efficient, give the more profit. And then we selected about 20 projects that are the big changers in the efficiency of the group. And for instance, you will find in manufacturing a lot of application of AI, the classical one that is only vision processing to analyze the quality of the production. And then here we have deployed the system because we started from a POC made in one factory, and then we industrialize it through what we call our center of excellence. That is a centralized bunch of resources we have at a corporate level, and then they develop a generic tool that can be deployed afterwards in all the plants for the several kind of application of visual inspection. So this mechanism allows us to really deploy reliable, industrialized AI-based tools, and that makes really a difference between the sample development of POCs, that is the start, to the efficiency and the scale-up of our solutions.
Did you have other use case in other organizations you have in mind, maybe to share?
Yes, I'd like to mention, because it's not only, of course, this visual inspection, as you may know, is based on the neural network stuff, on database AI, but we also have plenty of application with what we call more symbolic AI, operational research, to optimize, for instance, the delivery, the supply chain from our suppliers to our plants. We have thousands of trucks going from one part to another in France and in all Europe. Thanks to AI, we have been able to optimize the motion, the path of all these trucks, and the fulfilling of the trucks also. And this is an application, very efficient and very also robust application of symbolic AI. And at last, I could finish with the application of the top most recent AI, that is a generative AI. And the generative AI is already used we are developing a training program to train everybody to Gen AI, but also from a kind of top-down approach, we develop a system to analyze the verbatim of our customer, the concern of the customer. For instance, when the technical, what we call the cotech, receive the car, the verbatim of the customer about the failure, the problem he has on the car is analyzed by Gen AI, and then first solutions are proposed by the AI rapidly. And it's a very efficient way to serve our client, our customers in a better way.
Mm-hmm. So thank you. So, Vincent, what are the, let's say, targeted use case where you think there will be a lot of value in at Europcar?
On Gen AI, you mean, for instance, like that? So, yeah. Or more generally?
More generally, let's say Gen AI.
So, as I said, what we're dealing with for now are mainly solutions related to decision support. Yeah. So on pricing, for instance. So on forecasting, indeed. In particular, the resale of our cars.
Residual value,
residual value of the car. So that's indeed very important. And so, yes, that's mainly around that. And on Gen AI, we have also some cases that we are starting to deal with, in particular in the analysis of the voice of the customer. Okay. Indeed, and Gen AI indeed allow a very meaningful gain in productivity to analyze massive corpus of customer feedback, okay, and quantify them. So very, very...
Okay, thank you. Very impressive. So as soon as we are talking AI for automotive, I have to ask a question about autonomous driving. I mean, so it's more a question for you, Rodolphe. Where are you on that domain? What is, let's say, the position of Renault, or let's say its vision or strategy about that?
Yes, of course. When you associate AI and automotive manufacturer, you think about autonomous car. It's a kind of unreachable goal. You know, this what we call level 5 autonomous car. It means a car that you say, okay, today bring me at that place. Or it's very difficult to implement. Even if you have some solution in some of taxi, you have autonomous taxis, yeah, and so on. But for the personal vehicle that we are targeting on for Renault, it's very expensive. It's from a regulatory point of view, it's very difficult to achieve. So in a way, Renault said, okay, we will cooperate with companies like Google or other partners who are working on this domain, but we are more focused on assistance, driving assistance, what we call ADAS, and we want to have our car easier and easier to drive thanks to AI. The AI is able to analyze the environment, to analyze the situation, and then bring the good assistance at the right moment. That's more or less our positioning to make more intelligent car, but not completely autonomous ones.
Oh. Okay, thank you for this precision. So taking care about the time, I would like to come back to more precisely, you know, the generative AI. So it's a strong wave with innovation, let's say monthly innovation, either in the large language model proposed, a new model regularly, or new technique, for example, RAG or whatever. How companies such as yours are able, let's say, to manage this pace of evolutions? How do you adapt? I mean, from, let's say, skill standpoints, employee standpoints, or competencies, and from organizational standpoints, what are you, let's say, putting in place in order to make sure that you are not missing the wave?
So missing the wave is an expression of Luca de Meo. He always said, don't make me miss the wave of AI. And so for for Gen AI and AI in general, it's true that the research is moving very, very fast, so we have to keep in contact with it. And we have many different ways to do it. First, we are working with scientific academic partners and other industrial partners in collaborative projects. It's a very efficient way to keep in contact with the state of the art. We have also a PhD student that make the connection between our use cases and the academic research. We also train our colleagues internally, so we have developed a system where people from Renault trains other people of Renault to use Gen AI to see how they can have the better use of this new technology, because even if it's very easy to use, there are some tricks to know to deploy, to scale up the efficiency of your use. Working with good partners like Google, who are always at the top of the state of the art, is a good way also to be sure that we don't miss the last algorithm and the last approach to apply. So there are many ways we have to keep on, to follow, to be sure that we are at the top of the state of the art.
Vincent, from your side?
Yeah, so I just want to say that the capacity to switch from one model to the other is strongly linked for me to architectural design. So you need to have an architecture, an API-based architecture that allow you, for sure, to switch easily. And we know that in Gen AI cases, frequently the integration part within the existing environment is one of the challenges to be efficient. And also, more generally on Gen AI, I'm profoundly convinced that the value will come, of course, from the usage. And the specificity of generative AI to deal with natural language understanding and generation is the fact that it's so natural for non-tech people that the value will come from their way of inventing new way of working with that kind of tools. So definitely, as the previous speaker said, it's a question of people and process and right analysis of this need. And also something I'm really impatient to see. So far in Gen AI, what we see today is only cases that augment the individual productivity of people. And I'm really looking for cases, for collective cases. Because within an organization or a company, what is really taking time is frequently sharing information, taking decisions, multiple meetings, and so on. And definitely, I think that Gen AI can play a role in facilitating that. You see, but it's not appearing yet. On our side, we are conducting some trial, of course, of Gen AI within our workplace environment, so with Google. And I'm searching to see that kind of things appearing in the usage.
Okay, thank you. Maybe certainly the last question, in order to conclude, so you've mentioned both your collaboration with Google and other partners on that domain of AI. Do you have, particular advice to share to the community about the way you approach, you interact with such a partner, or maybe some expectation also you have?
So the deal with Google is by Groupe Renault is massive. So we have a very strong cooperation, and I like to say that it's cooperation because we work together on new problems. We open new ways to a new kind of application, on methodology, and also, of course, on tooling and servers and so on. It's a very good, I think, I was not part of this decision, so I could mention it. I see that it's a very efficient way to lean on a very strong partner that can fit almost all our expectation, and that is at top of the state of the art. We know that we are in the good direction, and we don't make mistakes with wrong choices and so on. So we up to know. We have other partners. We're partnering also with Microsoft on other topics, and we cannot do AI by ourselves. Even if it's really easy to use, it's good to have a strong partnership with strong partners.
Yeah, in 2 words quickly, because we are out of time, but what we wait from you is definitely inspiration. And as you are so, of course, big and skillful in terms of AI, and also challenging ourselves. regarding our practice and the direction we are taking as well, and definitely being inspired. So that's why we have that kind of trial and participation to events with you, to get this feedback, definitely.
So thank you, and a warm thank you to all of you. It's really an interesting era or moment we are living, so thank you for sharing for that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.